Hi, I'm Jean Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my thoughts of the week. Well, here we are. The days are shorter, the air is crisp, and we're supposed to move into stillness. It's a beautiful thought. This could be a time to pause, reflect, and realign with nature's rhythm. But we all know the reality. This is the end of the year. There's holidays, gatherings, food, commitments. It leaves us all exhausted and depleted. But the truth is, we are being given the opportunity and the invitation for balance and restoration. And the question is, the big question is, do we honor that invitation? So I'm going to ask, here we are, we're at the end of the year. We've talked all year about self-care, how important it is. I'm going to ask you the question, did any of it stick? I hope so. Because whatever we can stick into our day, whatever we have ingrained into our day is really going to help us through the end of the year. So it's getting dark early and we feel we need to be busy. How about we find some healthy projects, games after dinner, puzzles, and even though it's dark out, bundle up, get the flashlight, and get outside and walk. But if we don't want to do that, find something inside that's healthy, that has a bit of movement, and is mindfully engaging. This is the time of year for myself where I pull out the puzzles, I started knitting, I got my guitar out, I tuned it. I haven't started playing it yet, but I tuned it. That's a good start. I found an organization that I want to go volunteer with. I know this is a crazy time of year. Half of us is 1 foot in and 1 foot out. 1 foot out the door because we got to run someplace. 1 foot in, we'd rather be sitting with a cozy cup of tea and relaxing. But if we can, we should try to mirror nature. The trees are conserving energy by going deep within their roots. The animals are retreating and hibernating. And the earth is beginning to grow quiet and introspective. And this, again, is our invitation to do that. It's so easy to resist this rhythm. We push through the dark mornings, we fill our calendars and pretend that winter is just another season to power through. But as I've talked all year, each season has a rhythm, each season has a purpose. And this season is about rest, warmth, and stillness. There's a reason that nature wants us to find some quiet. There's a reason that we should be slowing down, and that is because winter is the time of our kidneys. Our kidneys are the foundation of our vitality. They store all our essential energy. Think of them as our internal battery, the deep well of life force that fuels us all through the season. Remember, we talked about our quiet lymphatic system that needs movement. Well, think of the kidneys as our battery. We cannot run our battery all the way down. We will never get it recharged. Have you ever done that? It's very hard to recharge a battery, even with cable jumpers. So we cannot let our charge go all the way down. We need to protect and replenish our energy, and winter is the natural time to do that. But it is also the time that we have so many commitments that we naturally overextend ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally. We drain the deep reserve. So what do? It's a conundrum. It's a problem because our body wants rest, warmth, nourishment, and it wants to strengthen that reserve. So it's about the micro moments. It's about the little moments in our day. If we can do 1 or 2 things a day to restore our internal battery. We want to look for nourishment and warmth. So my friends, if it is cold outside, cover your head, put your scarf on, cover your neck, cover your lower back, cover your hands. This is important because heat leaves our body from our head, our back, and the back of our necks. You don't want to get sick this winter. Cover up. Also, we want to think about our food. Our food is our medicine this time of year. We want soups, we want hearty stews, we want roasted vegetables. We don't want the sugar, we don't want the fat, we don't want the butter, we don't want the cream, we don't want the alcohol. I'm laying it all out. If you want to stay healthy and in balance this winter, make some changes. We want foods that are slow cooked and comforting. Last week, I shared about a black bean stew. Our kidneys love black beans. Our kidneys love lentils, root vegetables, dark leafy greens. These are all foods that support our kidneys, that rebuild our energy reserves. We want to use spices like ginger, cinnamon, cloves, cumin, cardamom. These are all warming spices that help build that inner fire and improve our circulation. We don't want raw, cold foods. Cut out the ice. No more cold salads or iced drinks. This immediately, when you take that sip, shuts down your digestive system. It drains the precious warmth that we have in our system. And we need that this winter. So we should have room temperature, if nothing else, and or warm teas, warm water with lemon. Stop the cold. And then we want the rest and the stillness. Now, I know we're not going to do it, and life is not going to be perfect. But if we can have the awareness, find the moments. If you can have 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, and 5 minutes in the evening, that you can just sit quietly, put on some headphones, go outside, look at the beautiful leaves, look at the sun, the moon, whatever it is, get some restorative energy, restorative time throughout the day. Vital, vital, vital for our health and well-being, and to find balance and not be sick this winter. So let's give ourselves permission to sleep a little longer, permission to move a little slower, and permission to say no to overcommitting. Remember, stillness, not stagnation. Just some quiet. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night. Start there. We need to restore this battery. Rather than maybe high intensity exercises, consider something with warmth and flow like Tai Chi, Qigong, and gentle yoga. These movements keep our energy circulating while honoring this need for the inward focus. It's time to trust nature's cycle, to trust that even when things seem still, life is still regenerating beneath the surface. We need to regenerate and understand that our body wants to regenerate during the winter and the cooler months. And this is a hard time for people because it's dark earlier. So if you find yourself feeling anxious or uncertain during these shorter days, this is time to practice our self-care, to ground, to go focus on some breathing, get some time in nature, take a warm soak at night, soak our feet in warm, salty water. Simply connecting with our body and our breath can help us get through these shorter days. And remember that just being is as important as doing. We seem to want to do, but just being with ourselves and taking care of ourselves, please. So as we move through the season, I invite you to honor winter's message. Slow down, savor the warm food, stay warm, rest, reflect, trust in the stillness. Just like the earth, we are going to gather energy for what will blossom and bloom in the season ahead, in the months ahead. Just a few short months, and we're going to be gearing up again. That's why you need to slow down and find the warmth, find the peace, give an opportunity for renewal in these shorter, quieter days. So please, dear friends, understand that self-care is so important. Be gentle with ourselves. Remember that your self-care is your gift to the world. And remember that self-care, it isn't something we do when life slows down. Self-care is what keeps us steady when life speeds up. So important. Next week on The Kitchen with Jean, the holidays are such a beautiful time, full of love, connection, and of course, delicious food. But all those rich dishes can leave us feeling heavy and sluggish. What if this year we bring a little lightness to the table? Join me as I share 3 simple plant-based recipes, vibrant, nourishing, full of flavor. Let's celebrate without the guilt. Because when we eat lighter, we feel lighter, we have more energy, and we can bring more joy to our table. Join me on The Kitchen with G. Remember, we're in Earth School. Love is the answer. Love is the journey. Love ourselves. Love each other. And remember that life comes from us and life is for us. And this time of winter and shorter days absolutely is for us so we can regenerate those batteries, those beloved kidneys. So until next week, dear friends, I hope you have a beautiful week with some wonderful food and stay warm.